What's up, guys? Mike here at Trader True Trading Group. October 30th. This video hurts. This video hurts. Guys, today is my third red day in a row. That has not happened in a very long time. But it happens. And this video, I'm going to talk to you guys about what happened. We've got new all-time highs in the SPY. We have Apple just crushed earnings. Revenue beat. EPS beat. Gross margin expectations were in line. Apple new all-time highs. Facebook also good earnings. That's another beat for them as well. Yeah, 33.36 billion versus 32.42 billion on iPhone revenues. So, wow, iPhone revs better than expected. Also, people were doubting how that phone was going to sell through at the higher price point. There's your answer. So this video, guys, it's it's a painful one. Nobody likes to lose, but to have 3 red days in a row just really sucks. I had such a good October going. I had a monster October going on. I mean, we had some really big wins in October, and I was red hot for the first 3 weeks of October. It was like, I couldn't lose. I mean, I was having like 6, 7, 8 green days in a row, and we were just rocking on fire. But then these last 3 days, I can't seem to get anything going. So I'm going to talk to you about in this video accepting losses. I'm also going to talk to you about what to do to manage your risk when you're in a funk, and how to deal with being in a funk, because that's important. A lot of traders will really get upset with themselves if they have 2, 3, 4 red days in a row, and they get really upset and they think like, oh man, I suck. Maybe I can't do this. Here's your answer if that is you and you have felt and thought that before. I've been doing this for almost 15 years, and I consider myself a damn good trader that has not had a red month in a very long time. Okay? I earn a very nice living for myself doing this. I consider myself a really good trader. And here I am, 3 red days in a row. So if you have been here and you have had multiple red days in a row and you get frustrated, don't beat yourself up that much, because it happens. Okay, it happens. Now, obviously, you don't want this to become, a reoccurring theme, but it happens, and it doesn't mean that there's necessarily anything wrong with you. Traders, just like athletes, they get hot and they get cold. That you can look at baseball more than anything is probably really a streaky sport where a batter can get hot and is you just can't get the guy out, and then all of a sudden he gets ice cold and he just strikes out for the next 10 out of his next 20 at bats. I mean, it's traders have streaks also, and I had a really hot October, but the last 3 days I can't get anything going. I can't get anything going, and I took a swing trade on some SPY put options coming into today ahead of the rate decision. I sold some of the position for a profit, but then I took a loss on the rest of the position. Ended up being an overall red trade, but it wasn't that bad because I offset. I was able to take some profits off on that trade, but right at the Fed announcement when we had a quick move lower, and I took some off the table, so my loss wasn't that bad on that position. But it's still a red day, regardless how you look at it. It's still a red day. And I tried to come into the day today with 2 consecutive red days. I was coming into the day today saying, I want to be real calm, I want to be real conservative. I'm going to focus on this rate announcement. I'm going to try to trade off of that. I'm going to be real calm and quiet and conservative up until that point. But it's still a red day for me. So no matter how you look at it, when you put it down in your journal, it's 3 red days in a row. It's so what am I going to do now? I'm going to reduce my position size until I get myself out of this little funk. Okay, I usually per trade, guys, I usually risk about $2,500 to $3,000 per trade. I'm going to drop that down a little bit. I'm going to risk maybe $1,500 to $2,000 on a trade, and I'll adjust my position size for that accordingly. Okay. So if I'm usually, I'm going to reduce my size, I'd say by probably between 30 to 50%. On my trades going forward until I can get at least 2 green days in a row, maybe three green days in a row, get myself out of this little funk, and then I'll bring myself back up to my full position size. Why am I doing this? I'm not trading well. Okay, these last 3 days, if I was green, we'd be a little bit different. But 3 red days in a row, I am reducing my size. I'm going to try to reduce my risk and my exposure until I get myself out of this funk. And that's something that you guys should work on as well, is when you find yourself in a rut, a lot of traders have a tendency to increase their position size. And that's the worst thing that you can do, because traders will tend to increase their position size because they feel like they have to make back what they just lost. It's the worst thing you can do. You increase your position size when you're hot, when you're on fire. Okay, I increased my position size actually earlier in the month when we were red hot. Now is not the time to do that. Now when you are cold and you're taking losses, that's when you need to reduce your position size. Don't feel like you have to increase your size now because you had a bunch of losers and you have to make it all back now. And you feel like, well, eventually I'll turn it around, and now that I'm in bigger size, I'll make it back quicker. That's the wrong mindset, because you're not trading well, and now your losses are just going to be worse than they would have been if you were just trading with your normal position size. So what I'm actually doing, and what I recommend to all of our TTG members, is if you find yourself in a rut and you're coming off a string of losers, reduce your position size, okay? It'll help you prevent emotions from getting involved in the trade, because people get emotional when they start to lose money. Losing is part of trading, okay? It's part of trading. There's no way that you can be a trader and not lose. You're going to have losing moments. You just have to be able to control those losses, manage the risk on those trades, and not let them get out of control, and not let it become a habit, okay? But it's important that you guys are able to accept the fact that losing is part of trading. I have made the analogy in the past that losing is a lot like football, in the fact that nobody likes to get hit playing football, but it's part of the game. If you're going to play in the NFL, you know that at some point you're going to get hit. You're going to get hit hard. It's not going to feel good, but you've got to get yourself back up, and you got to get back out there, and you got to continue to play the game. Trading's no different. If you sign up to become a trader, you have to know that you are going to get hit, meaning you're going to lose money. It's going to happen. You got to get yourself back up, get yourself back in the game, and keep on moving forward towards that goal of scoring a touchdown and making a good trade and becoming consistently profitable. It's part of the game. There's no way around it, okay? And you might have professional traders out there that, they still go through losing streaks and they still have losses. There's no trader out there that's right 100% of the time or 99% of the time. Every good trader is going to have red days, okay? I'm a professional level trader. I still have red days. I'm at 3 red days in a row. It doesn't mean that it's that, once you get to a certain point in your trading development that all of a sudden now you're just not going to lose anymore. No, you're still going to lose. It's part of the game, and you have to be able to accept that. Reducing your position size is going to do multiple things. It's going to keep your emotions out of it, because you're going to tend to be a lot more emotional now that you're losing money, okay? And those emotions are going to get into you while you're trading. They're going to affect your decision making, and they're going to make things worse for you, okay? Reducing your size is going to help keep those emotions out, because you have smaller size, you have smaller money on the table than you are used to, so you're comfortable. It's easier for you to manage the position. It's easier for you to keep your emotions out of the equation. It's also going to protect your downside, because if you're going through a rut, it means you're not trading well. I'm not trading well these last couple days, okay? So by reducing my size, it's lowering my exposure and reducing my risk, so that I don't know how long this rut is going to last for me. Hopefully it doesn't last a day past today. Hopefully tomorrow I come back and lock a green day and I get myself back on track. But I don't know. Maybe this lasts a week. Maybe this lasts a week and a half. I don't know. But until I'm out of the rut, I want to make sure that if I do continue to lose, that it's going to be on lower position size, so that when I do get myself out of the rut and I bring my position size back up to full size, I can make everything back much quicker. You don't increase your position size and then get yourself out of the rut. You got to get yourself out of the rut first, then increase your position size. Too many traders do that backwards, and it could be a brutal, it could be a death sentence, actually. It could be a death sentence, because that's how you can blow up your account when you're in a funk, all right? So, I hate to, that this is the video that I'm making right now, but I'm actually, I'm happy that we're talking about this because this is a topic that really needs to be discussed. The mental part of dealing with losses and how to overcome that and how to get out of that rut is something that not a lot of people talk about, and it's something that probably most traders struggle with the most. So, it burns me to say that I'm red 3 days in a row, but it is what it is. It happens. But I hope that this video makes sense to you guys, and I hope that you can take something away from this that will help you in your moments like this and when you get into a little bit of a funk. And these are some helpful tips that can help you stay and trade with a clear mindset, keep your emotions out of it, accept the loss, accept that this is part of the game, work your way out of it, reduce your position size, and manage that risk while you're in a funk until you get yourself back out of it. So in closing, I'm reducing my position size until I get myself out of this funk. Hopefully it doesn't last another day. I will certainly keep you guys updated, obviously with my daily recaps as we continue and I burn myself out of this rut. So that's it. All right. I hope this video kind of hits home for a lot of you because it can really help. All right. Take care, guys. I'll see you in chat tomorrow.